Stephanie Pickard, and today I'm going to go over 3 easy to play metal guitar riffs. So this is a super fun subject. I have 3 really cool examples. I have a little bit more than that, so if we have some time, I'll give you a couple more riffs. I'm going to make sure that you guys can see me on both Facebook and YouTube, and then we'll get started. So say hi if you're on either of those platforms, and if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that. Let's see. All right, I think YouTube is good. If you're on Facebook, please say hi and we will get started. So 3 easy riffs. This is for beginners, you know, and I've always, well, beginner to intermediate to advanced, but I always kind of try to say this. If you think it's really easy, always try to use this as knowledge towards teaching yourself, or, you know, if it's a riff you don't know, why not? So especially with metal, they're not always the simplest, but here's 3 easy metal riffs. So the first one that I played is probably one of the harder ones that I picked, but it's Raining Blood by Slayer. So this riff is probably one of the coolest metal riffs, I think, just because it's so catchy and memorable, and it's also not that hard to play, which is pretty cool. So I just need to make sure that you are all on Facebook, and then I will really get started. Cool, looks like we are good on YouTube. And yes, thank you guys for always checking back. I'm here Tuesdays and Thursdays, so it's always cool to see you guys. I'm gonna make sure Facebook is good, and then we'll really, of course, really get started. But to play Raining Blood, so just to start that out, if you guys have your guitars, please grab your guitars. I'm in standard. We're gonna go over 3 main riffs, or 3 metal riffs. I'll use the 3 main riffs of these songs, and it'll be cool. So I'm just waiting for it to load on Facebook, and make sure you're good. So for Slayer, they do have that fast part afterwards. You don't have to do that part, the gallopy part. But a gallop is a cool thing to learn in metal. It's I would say it's fairly beginner, but cool. All right, we are good. So let's go ahead and try to play Raining Blood. So at first, we're just gonna go hit the open E string 3 times. So they're tuned down a half step, but we're just gonna play it in standard. So that's it. 1, 2, 3. That's it. So really controlled, and I'm palm muting. So if you're brand new to playing metal or rock riffs at all, palm muting is a concept where we kind of tighten up the strings and make this sound a little different. So what I do is I karate chop my guitar, and by doing that, instead of having this loud ringing out sound, I have this kind of muted, tighter sound. So you've probably accidentally palm muted before, that's a whole nother thing. So later down the road, if you want to mute things on purpose, that's super helpful. But for now, we are muting on purpose, but in a different way. So I'm more talking about chords, but we're just gonna mute. And how hard you press down is how tight of a sound you're gonna get. So it doesn't have to be super tight, but just down, down, down. Then we have this really haunting kind of theme, right? So I take my pointer finger and I place it on the 7th fret, 5th string. Pluck once. And then why I said this one is probably the hardest one of all of them is because you really do have to use different fingers. So sometimes when you're starting out, using different fingers can be really challenging. It shouldn't be too hard, and this is actually very good training for using different fingers. So pointer, 7th fret, 5th string, then my middle finger goes to the 4th string, 8th fret. Pick it once, then 9 with my ring finger, back to 8. So like this. So practice getting used to that. Open, open, open on the 6th string, 5th string, 7th fret, then 4th string, 8, 9, 8. And I like to add in some vibrato or even pinch harmonics when I get to those notes, the little last note of that phrase. I think that kind of sounds really cool. So then we're gonna go just a little ending. So after that, I go ahead and place my ring finger on the 9th fret, 5th string, and then on the 8th fret, 4th string, middle, pointer on the 7th fret. So it's just kind of really, it just, everything happens one after another. So right in a row. And then my middle finger is already in place. So just grab the 8th fret, 6th string, or sorry, 5th string, and then I'm going to use my pointer, 7, 6. And that ends that phrase. So the ending again was 9, we moved up to the 5th string, 8, 7 on the 4th string, then I use my middle finger, 8 on the 5th string, 7, 6 on the 4th string. There we go. All right, I'm just gonna check in on you guys, make sure you're all good. Hopefully you guys like this song. I think the song is super fun. Hi Jeffrey, hi Robert, hi Dean. Awesome. I'm glad it's working. Cool. So hopefully you guys like Slayer. And if you haven't seen it, there's that really awesome Christmas light video of Slayer. I think that's a lot of fun too. All right, so let's take a look at that. And when I get to picking these, I'm mixing alternate picking and down, but on those opens, I'm definitely just going down, down, down. Later on in the song, they're going to move the riff up too, so you've probably seen this in other riffs too, like Sunshine of Your Love I know does that, and a lot of other riffs do it too. But then just same exact thing, but now on the A string. So we went from an open E to an open A, and same thing. Into the gallops. So I'll walk you through that other part and then we'll move on to our next easy metal riff. So hopefully you guys like this one. I think it's a lot of fun to play. So open 5th string, open, open, open. So same thing. Now 7th fret, 4th string, 3rd string, 8, 9, 8. Then I reach up with my ring fingers to see how everything's really in place. I'm a big fan of using the right fingers so that I make the littlest amount of movement for myself. So 9th fret, 4th string, and then 8, 7 on the 3rd string, then 8 on the 4th string, 7, 6 on the 3rd string. So again. You can really get a nice pinch harmonic on that last one. So, all together. And then on and on. All right, so if you guys have any questions on that riff, let me know. Hopefully you guys like that riff. I think it's a lot of fun. Check in on you really quick. Hi, Lisa. Awesome. Cool. I'm glad it's working. All right. So the next simple riff that I have, let's see. I don't know which one I want to pick. I guess let's go ahead and do Crazy Train. So Crazy Train is also a super, super iconic classic metal riff. This riff is a lot of fun. If you don't know it already, why not learn it? Because it is a lot of fun. All right. YouTube, I'm just checking in on you guys. Cool. All right, so let's see. Cool. Hi, Nick. All right, so let's go ahead and do Crazy Train. So kind of the same concept with the palm muting again. So this song, actually, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel already, I did a full lesson on all the riffs in these, and this song, and I did a full lesson on the solos. So make sure you go to youtube.com/guitarcontrol and subscribe to our channel. You'll also get hit up when we have a live stream, so it'll let you know exactly when I go live, or when Sean goes live too. So hi Leslie, hi Leo, that's awesome. All right, so for this one, I'm doing something called pedaling. And pedaling means I'm going back to a note, so always coming back to this note. In this case, for the first half of the riff, that note is our F sharp. So it's the 2nd fret, 6th string. And so I'm always coming back to that note in between other accents. And the cool thing we're doing on this riff, it's I always think of Metallica when I do this, because we're muting one note and then we're not muting the other notes. So actually in my rhythm hand, I'm jumping up on the guitar from a mute to letting it, ring out. So that's also kind of a cool thing to practice if you're just starting out, and a cool thing to kind of incorporate into your own songwriting and your own music. So I think that's kind of a cool thing when you kind of let certain notes pop out and you let things be accented. All right. So, oh, and of course, I don't know if I mentioned this, but we will do 30 minutes of lesson and then we'll do a Q&A. So if you have questions for me, you can ask me at the very end of this. And let's go ahead and keep going on this riff. So 2, 2, second fret on the 6th string. So I go 2, 2, and that's our pedal notes. Remember, you're going to be coming back to this note a lot. And also on this first part, when I am pedaling, every time I play the 2nd fret on the first half of this intro, I am on the 6th string, and all the other notes that I was saying out, those are going to be on the 5th string. So every time I say 2, you're on the 6th string, so you won't be confused. So 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2. So the 4 and the 5 are on the 5th string. So 4th fret and 5th fret on the 5th string, using my ring finger and my pinky. So I go 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2, and I'm using all downstrokes. 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2. 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2. So once you get faster with that one, and this is really simple, it's just slow it down, practice it. I'm going to flip it around where now my pedaled note is actually on the 5th string. So all I'm doing is going from here to dropping it. So once I drop, I go 2 on the 5th string now, and then my other notes are actually on the 6th string. But now I'm kind of hitting everything muted, so. And actually when I flip to the second half, I'm actually alternate picking now. So 2 on the 5th string, pinky, 5, 4, 5 on the 6th string, 2, 5, 4, 0. All right, so let's see how you guys are doing. Those are 2 really fun riffs. Oh, it's okay, Jim. All right, nice. I'm glad you guys are liking the metal riffs. I think they're a lot of fun too. So yes, feel free to ask questions. Again, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm going to show you one more riff for sure. I have a couple more on my list though that I wanted to show you guys. So maybe we'll get around to those. Now that I have you guys here though, while we are still going over some stuff, I want to give you guys a link to our Killer Guitar Control Secrets. So this is a DVD all about playing from the heart. It's super cool. It's all covering topics about how to be like, I talk about this a lot, is like you on the guitar, not to just sound like somebody else, because that person already exists, and why would you want to sound like somebody else? I don't know. Why not just be inspired by somebody else and take those concepts and run, just like all your heroes did. So this is going to cover 3 things. It's going to cover technique. I just dropped the link in for both YouTube and Facebook. So it's covering technique. You know, all the cool like little colors. Like all the little colors and stuff that we put in things. So that was tapping, speed picking, anything like that. Vibrato, bends. That's all technique, right? And then fretboard knowledge, which is your scales, your arpeggios, your notes, your chords, and then hand-brain connection. So getting what's in your head out of your hands. So this is all about the person that has music in their head and they want it out. So this is for you. So check out this DVD. You get a discount code for hanging out with me today. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. That's awesome. I like Ibanez a lot. That's cool. All right, so New York, cool. Robert, actually I had the Trooper on my list. I was gonna go with Breaking the Law, but since you asked for the Trooper, maybe we will just do the Trooper. So that was a good suggestion since that was on my list. So if you guys haven't played the Trooper before, it is pretty simple. The one part that would be harder would be the little gallop part if you've never done that before. But this song is a lot of fun to play too. It's just a good metal song, and I don't know, everybody loves it, and that first part is just so catchy. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So that's like our little gallop part. But the really cool part is the... So let's go ahead and go over that part. All right. So it wasn't my one I was gonna pick, but since Robert wanted it, I might as well do it. So yeah, that's awesome. All right. So they have, as you know, 3 guitar players, so they got a lot going on. But let's just go ahead and get these main parts rocking, and it'll be a lot of fun. So, let's see. And there's a really cool little intro part too. But they don't really actually go to that note, but I just kind of like to when I'm not playing it with the chords. They're just having the chords go. But let's go ahead and look at that gallop, and then we'll look at the other parts. Is there a way to keep my fingers from going to sleep when I do chromatic up and downs up the neck? Going to sleep, that kind of sounds like a carpal tunnel thing. I had, or a tendonitis thing, so that isn't great. I would maybe check on that and make sure you're stretching and doing all that stuff. I always tell you guys to do that because I had a really bad wrist injury and I was told I would never play fast again and all these things. But I just learned to have better technique, and that really, really helped me. But if your arms are falling asleep, I don't think that's good. So I would definitely do some stretches. I have a whole video I've done on stretches, so just, regular, treat yourself like an athlete. Gentle though. Stretching should always, always be gentle. Never anything crazy. So don't, hurt yourself ever. And then just lightly with all the fingers back and forth. I'm doing them fast because, no one wants to see me stretch. So just light. And then, across, and even the overhead ones. So I would do all of that. And just make sure you're really taking good care of yourself, because you do have to kind of act like an athlete as a musician. All right, so let's go back to the Trooper. So the main part I want to show you guys is that fun little lick. Like, well, so on the 8th fret, 2nd string, I pick once, and then I hammer on twice. I go 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, and then I lower my pointer finger to the 7th fret, 1st string. And I actually just bar at that point like you would for just an open F chord, just because I'm already right back in position. And this song is a little fast, so you want to make sure that you're not wasting any time like we talked about earlier. You're just already there. So 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7. Back to 7 that time. And it really follows that rhythm. Alright, so we got that part down, right? So 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7 on the 1st string. 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7. And then 9 on the 3rd string. And then we kind of copy what the rhythm does. So I bar now on the 3rd string, 7th fret, and I go 7 on the 3rd string, 7 on the 2nd string, 7 on the 3rd string, 9 on the 3rd string. And feel free to put a ton of vibrato and pinch harmonics in it. So that is The Trooper by Iron Maiden. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one too. That is also a really fun, easy to play riff. All right, so let's see how we're doing on time, if we can sneak a few more in here, and I think we can. So the other 2 that I picked were Iron Maiden, Iron Man. We just did Iron Maiden. Iron Man, and then by Black Sabbath, and then I also picked see, Breaking the Law by Judas Priest. So. So that's also a really fun riff and actually a really simple song. So if you're looking for an entire song you want to do, I'd make sure you do that one. Let's see. Love this song. If I memorize and buy a long wig, you think I can get a spot in the Iron Maidens? You might. I filled in for the Iron Maidens before. Maybe you're next. All right, let's see. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of songs. I think I learned 17 Iron Maiden songs in a week and a half, which is a lot of Iron Maiden songs. All right, so let's go ahead and look at that one. So Judas Priest, Breaking the Law. Of course, Mike. All right, so Judas Priest, Breaking the Law. This one is probably, I don't know if I would say it's the easiest, but it is really easy, and it doesn't sound easy, so this is also a really good one to learn. So on the 5th string, I go open. So open means no fingers on the fretboard. Open, 2, 3, open, 2, 3, open, 2, 3. And I actually use my middle and my 3rd finger. You can use your pointer and your 1st, but the reason why I use my middle and my ring is because the next part I'm going to use my pointer on the 1st string, 6th fret, so 6th string, 1st fret, and so that way I already have it ready. So the only tricky part about this one is when you come back from the 6th string to the 2nd string, it's a little easier to go 2, 1 instead of 3, 2. So whatever works easiest for you is totally fine. My recommendation is going open, 2, 3, open, 2, 3, 2, 3. So on the 6th string, 0, 2. On the 5th string, just kidding, sorry. Open, 2, 3, open, 2, 3, open, 2, 3. And the first rhythm we hang out a little bit more, then quicker. Then on the 6th string, 1, so 1st fret, 3. So now I use my pointer to ring. Pointer, ring, open, 5th string. So twice now, so same rhythm and everything, but 2 times instead of 3 in a row. Then I'm gonna go pointer on the 6th string, 1st fret, 3, 2 on the 5th string again. So either way, actually you could just do that. So I don't know, whatever is easiest for you on those. I can tell I'm switching between them. Into an open A power chord. So if you've never played that, just an open 5th string, and then you can hold down just the 5th with your pointer on the 4th string, 2nd fret, or both, the octave right under it, 3rd string. Alright, so let's check in on you guys and see how you're doing, and I think we have time to do one more. So that's awesome. Alright. Alright. Cool. Yes, it was a lot of songs to memorize. So that's awesome. Jim is asking some questions about lesson topics that he would like to hear. That's also something that I would love for you guys to leave in the comments. So if you have any questions on lessons that you guys would like to see, either in a live stream from me or in a video from one of our other teachers, go ahead and leave it in a comment, and maybe it will wind up here. So you never know. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Awesome. All right, so our last but not least, our Iron Man. I keep calling it Iron Maiden. This is also a super, super classic riff. So it's played a couple different ways. One time it's played with power chords, and the other time it's just played as a single note. I'll just show you a single note. If we have time, just apply the single note to a power chord. So using the single note that I show you as the root. So we're going to start with, I start with my 3rd finger on the B. So the 6th string B, which is the 7th fret. You can also use, if you want everything on one string, the 2nd fret, 5th string. I just like using this finger because it's a deeper note, and I like the positioning of just having all my fingers kind of ready to go. So sixth string third finger on the 7th fret, just one time. Then my pointer's already hovering over that 5th fret, 5th string. So I go 7, 5, 5, 7, 7. So 5, 5, 7, 7 is on the 5th string. 7, 5, 5, 7, 7. So also really fun riff. Of course, it gets super heavy when we put those chords in too. So let's see how we're doing. Awesome. Robert, pentatonic lessons. Actually, one of the subjects next week is pentatonic soloing. So there you go. So keep sending in your topics, guys, because we are listening and they do show up and stuff. Awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and go over that. And again, if you're just tuning in, this is 3 simple metal riffs, but more like we did 5, so that's okay. We were overachievers today, so that's cool. It was a really good topic, so that was awesome. I had to think about a lot of the metal songs that I know and what I think is easy and what are cool for beginners, and I think these are all really good examples that will make you excited to play guitar and give you some results. And they're also just really well-written songs, so, you know, you're never above anything, right? If something is well written, that always wins. So it always beats overly complicated if it's memorable. So again, I'm going to walk you through this riff. So I take my ring finger and I place it on the 7th fret, 6th string. Have my pointer already ready to go. So 7, now I'm on the 5th string. 5, 5, 7, 7. Then I like to use my middle finger and first finger. So I go 8, 7, 8. Oh, sorry. 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9. Then pointer, 5, 5, 7, 7. So again. So I pick them. Down, up, down, up, down, up. And if you've tuned in before, I love alternate picking. Because I just think, I don't know, to me, it's how can you be faster? I mean, I know there's economy picking and things that you can do that can speed up in different situations, but I think alternate picking just was such a game changer for me, so I always recommend that. So again, 7, 5, 5, 7, 7, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 5, 5, 7, 7. And then when you do those chords, just add in a chord under the root that I showed you. So that would be D, 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 E, right? And all I'm doing is, if you know your notes on the 6th and 5th string, it's just following along. D, E, F, G, right? So G to F sharp. And then everything repeats at the 12th fret. So know your notes on the 6th and 5th string. 7 on the 6th string, then everything else on the 5th string. 5, 5, 7, 7. And then just when on that part, make sure you have a lot of control, shifting back and forth. 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9. So 3 times if you count 1, 10, 9 as 1. 5, 5, 7, 7. And if you want to get really cool in the beginning, make sure you pick and bend behind the nut of the guitar, and you'll get that awesome sound that you hear in the beginning of Iron Man. Alright, so that concludes our 3, but really 5, simple metal riffs. Feel free to ask me questions. This is our Q&A time. One more time, I'm going to give you that discount code. So if you are just tuning in or you've been tuned in, I am going to give you this code. So this is our Killer Guitar Control Secrets, all about playing from the heart. Check this out. This is for the person that has music in their head and you just can't get it out. More along the lines of how did Clapton become Clapton? How did Hendrix become Hendrix? How did Alexi Laiho become Alexi Laiho? Paul Gilbert, Steve Vai. This is all about the greats and how they became. It's about how to become one. Like, how do you want to get your own voice on the guitar? So a lot of, lessons are about trying to play like other people, and this is about trying to play like you. So getting what's in your head out of your head. Opeth would have been good. I didn't have any Opeth written down. I'm sorry, but that is good. They are awesome. So check this out. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. Those are our new lyrics, yes. 10-9, 10-9, 10-9. So hopefully you guys enjoyed these simple metal riffs and were able to catch up and play along. If you're tuning in late, remember this will be on our YouTube page, so check out our YouTube channel. I dropped in that link for Killer Guitar Control Secrets, so make sure you check that out. The riffs we went over today are Crazy Train, Raining Blood, not in this order, sorry, Breaking the Law, Iron Man, and The Trooper. So hopefully you guys enjoyed these riffs. If you're new to metal, or you love metal and you're new to guitar, these are great riffs, and they're just classic songs. So make sure you check them out. All right, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll hang out for a couple more minutes, and if not, I will see you guys later. It's all about the bass. Sweep picking I wouldn't say is in any easy metal songs, but I do love sweep picking. That would be an awesome concept. You guys have asked a little bit about that, but I would love to do a sweep picking lesson. There's a couple key tips in sweep picking that make it a lot easier, so hopefully that will help you guys. So make sure you guys leave your comments about things that you want to go over, any songs that you guys really love, so if you've checked out our YouTube channel before, we do have free videos up every day, so seriously, like 1 to 2 every day, so make sure you check them out. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday doing a live stream from topics you guys have sent in, so make sure you check that out. There, I believe half of them are from Guitar Gods Club. So if you're in the Guitar Gods Club, or if you want to be, go ahead and go to guitarcontrol.com and you can join. So check that out. Also, check out our YouTube channel. Again, youtube.com/guitarcontrol. And we have tons of free videos. So for myself and others. And there's playlists of all of us. So if you really relate to one teacher, you can go and see their entire playlist. If you want to learn a subject, there are also categories that way, a topic of music, like a style, or genre, topic of music, genre, or, technique, anything like that. They are all categorized for you, so make sure you check those out. I hope you guys enjoyed these songs. I had a lot of fun playing metal. I don't think Polyphia is beginning metal, but I do think they're awesome. Maybe we can do an advanced metal one. That would be cool, too. Do I have a lesson sometime on how to memorize songs? I'll give you a couple tips on how to memorize songs. So when I did do the Iron Maidens, that was obviously a lot of material for any band, I would say, just to have memorized, and especially Iron Maiden is not a super easy band. So to have only a week and a half to memorize, a band that's technically somewhat they have it's not simple, it's not beginner, so it was interesting, and it was just a lot to memorize. Like I'm saying, any song, 17 songs in a week and a half of anybody is kind of a lot. So for me, the biggest thing that I did, honestly, the biggest thing that helped me was just having those songs available when I was driving or anything and listening to them. So I've always said this, because when my teachers told me this, I thought it sounded crazy, but listening sometimes is the best practice that you can do, because a lot of times we just guess ahead of time, or we think we know what we're doing, or we're so excited to play that we just play a billion notes and we don't actually listen to the actual riff. So just listening was very helpful, and obviously I chart things out, so that helps me a lot. Just even if it's a basic chart, like verse, chorus, pre-chorus, verse, just visually for me that helps a lot to see something that way, and even the process of writing it just makes me have done something that helps. So I would check out those two methods. Other than that, I would say practicing, of course, but not overdoing it. So make sure you don't overdo your practice, because you can also get injured. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed these simple metal riffs. If I don't know any Megadeth songs off the top of my head, but I can play Megadeth songs, and I have, but I wish I knew them off the top of my head, because I do love them. I got the chance to study with Chris Broderick, and he is amazing. So if you're a Megadeth fan, he is a very, very amazing guitar player. And that was a very cool experience. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I would love to do a Megadeth lesson, though. If you leave some songs, maybe they'll assign me some Megadeth songs. So that would be a lot of fun. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Check out Killer Guitar Control Secrets. I'll give you guys those links one more time. So this is for our Killer Guitar Control Secrets, going over, let's see, technique, fretboard knowledge, and hand-brain connection. So getting what's in your head out of your hands. So this is really cool. This is a discount code for hanging out with me today. So I will see you guys next week on Tuesday. And hope you have a great rest of your week and weekend. And thanks for sending these topics. So I will see you all next Tuesday.